Hello, my name is Ana Muniz, and my question is, are high schools doing enough to better their students' mental health? In a study conducted in 2019, 1 in 3 high school students feel sadness, hopelessness, and overwhelmingness. So my other question is, how are future generations supposed to lead if their education system is failing them? Schools' environment are supposed to uplift students and not damage them or harm them in an emotional way. The mental health crisis needs attention, and schools need to prioritize their students by hiring qualified personnel, by hiring actual counselors that can aid their students, by limiting their homework, and by primarily implementing programs that help high schoolers and aid their mental health. So the main problem with the mental health crisis is the high school. High schools, in turn, give these students mental health issues by simply attending. The number of teens that have had to deal with mental health issues, including stress, anxiety, and depression, are increasing over the years. As said by Erica Green, a writer for the New York Times, nationally, the high school age group has reported some of the most alarming mental health declines evidenced by depression and suicide attempts. Many of these students are failing their classes and have a lower chance of getting into college to better their lives. In turn, mental health is restricting them from being the best that they can be. And many students are voicing that concern, not only about themselves, but about their peers as well. As said by Kaysen Carswell, a student attending Liberty High School, we are running out of Band-Aids. The schools are bleeding out, and it feels like no one is listening. Students are concerned, hopeless, and feel like there is no solution present to the problem that is happening currently in many high schools. Students are asking for help, but their voices are left unheard and their actions are left unseen. So the solution to that problem is for schools and administrators to prioritize their students' mental health by implementing programs like a student-based mental health center. These centers help their students' mental health and help them prevent such terrible things from happening and how to manage their mental health state. Because of these centers, the suicide rates, depression, stress, and anxiety can be helped and managed in a professional manner. In addition, teachers can also help by giving less homework to their students. As said by Principal James Xu in a New York school, homework leads to frustration, exhaustion, and less time for other activities, including family time. And sadly, for many, it causes a loss of interest in learning, which is a sad reality that we have to face. Homework increases stress and unmotivates the student to do any better for themselves, leaving them overwhelmed, not only during school, but out of school also. So as a solution to that, I encourage, and I suggest teachers to give out less homework or give out no homework at all. That will also help their students and the facility as well. As an action plan to the solutions I have stated, not only do the administrators need to do their part, but the community as well. As a community, we must support the students and the schools implementing their mental health programs. Mental health programs are going to help their students manage their health and increase the motivation for them not only to live, but to do better in school. And also by limiting their homework, it betters their chances of succeeding and lowers their feeling of being overwhelmed, stressed, and anxious. Students are suffering, and schools are failing to listen to their students. It is important to have a chance to better their student lives and have resources to further make their lives better without them feeling this negative feelings connected to high school. When teens are dying and teens are stressed and depressed and anxious just by simply attending high school, and high school is supposed to help them learn and better their futures, not only to learn and better their futures, but to also become a leader in this world. It is sad to say, but I can say this fully, that society has failed its students. But this can change. And as a summary of everything I've stated so far, students' mental health crisis is important and it is happening currently. Schools must implement programs, and as a community, we have to support those programs and support our students in how they are feeling. Not only are their students, but their neighbors, their sons, their daughters, their friends, and their family. So let's lift up our students into a life of happiness and success, and not into a life of fear and despair.